Next up, at UFC 291, we have Miranda Maverick stepping up on short notice after a one-sided loss just about a month ago to take on Priscila Cachoeira. Miranda Maverick, 11-5 overall, 2-3 in her last 5, coming off that massive upset loss to Jasmine Jasudavicius. She's taking on Priscila Cachoeira, 12-4 overall, 4-1 in her last 5. She's coming off that knockout win over Ariana Lipski. Listen, Jacob and I picked against Miranda Maverick in her last fight stylistically. We said this is going to be a problem for her. Jasmine's going to come forward with the heavy pressure. Miranda doesn't do well when she's the one pressured. And we warned you guys, and she was a 4-1 favorite. And she lost. She is tough. She is going to come forward. And if Miranda Maverick can execute her game plan, she's very, very good. Pressure can be a bit of an issue. This fight's going to be a little different for her because she might be able to pressure forward. She averages a little more than 2 takedowns per fight when she can get them. She does have a positive striking differential of about 4-3. Her goal is come forward, throw whatever she can throw, get the takedowns, and control from there. She is very strong. And again, if she's moving forward, she's dangerous. I mentioned she's 2-3 in her last 5. One of those losses is bullshit. She did not lose to Macy Barber. So in fairness to her, she should be 3-2 in her last 5. She's taking on Priscila Cachoeira. Priscila Cachoeira is the one who was already on this card. So Miranda stepping up on short notice. Priscila was already here. She's a powerful striker. She's got heavy pressure. She throws big punches. She does have okay takedown defense at 65%, but a very low takedown accuracy of 33%. She has very real power in her hands for the division, but she's a bit KO or bust. If she doesn't get that knockout, she'll fade and could be grinded out. If you look at the stats, you're going to see she has a striking differential of 4-7, meaning she'll hit you 4 times and you will blast her in the face 7 times. It's a very negative striking differential. She did come off that nice first-round knockout win over Ariana Lipski, and as I mentioned, Priscilla's dangerous, but if she doesn't get that early knockout, she can be in a little bit of trouble. This is another wild Miranda Maverick spot. I mean, she opened at -500. She's still sitting at -350, and that is wide. If they both have full training camps, this should be a pretty straightforward fight for Miranda, but it is short notice. She is coming off that loss. That'll mess with your psyche. We don't know where she's at physically, and Priscila is tough. She's strong. She hits hard. I think Miranda Maverick wins this fight because I think she can get the takedowns as we've seen others do, but the reality is, I'm not going to do anything with that. You can't. It's an -350 is such an unreasonable number. You can't do anything with that. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I mean, the play here, and I don't know what the odds are, but I think it's going to be one of the best values on the card, no matter what it is going to be inside the distance decisional action for Priscila. Because as you mentioned, Priscila is extremely tough. I mean, her nickname is the Zombie Woman or the Zombie Girl, whatever it is. And there's a reason for that, because she can just work through any situation. I know she was submitted by Jillian, but even in that fight, you saw her kind of working through submissions, the grappling position. She has very good submission defense typically. As you mentioned, decent enough takedown defense. And in the striking, she wants you to hit her. I mean, she just walks you down with that right hand cocked back, and she'll just eat, and hope that you overextend, because the second you overextend, she's coming over with that right hand, and she's going to put you out. And Miranda Maverick is a girl, as we've seen in her past fights, she will strike. She will engage in the striking. Her striking is not very good. I mean, it just is not, especially against a girl that can counter-strike and hit as fast and as hard as Priscila. If Priscila is hitting Miranda the same way that Jasmine was hitting Miranda, Miranda is going to go to sleep in the first round. She needs to get these takedowns to win this fight. I don't think that her takedowns are good enough, especially early, because Priscilla's takedown defense early is even better than it is late. And I think that if she stuffs a few takedowns, Miranda will fall back to the striking. She's not going to go all in on the wrestling, and she's going to get in trouble here. I'm going with Priscila for another upset win against Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick's striking it's not good at all. And Priscila knows how to find those spots.
I actually am pretty high on Miranda. I think I've picked her in pretty much every single fight outside of her last fight. And I think I picked her to beat Erin Blanchfield. The only reason I didn't pick her against Jasmine is because Jasmine has that insane forward pressure. And Miranda doesn't do well with pressure. I think her striking's a lot better than you do. And I think she's actually talented. The styles make fights, and You literally can't win them all unless you're going to be the champ. So it is what it is.
She's still very young, too. I mean, isn't she only like 25 or something? I mean, she's extreme, especially for all this experience she's gotten.
26, yeah.
Yeah, for all this experience she's had. I mean, she's got experience as most of these girls do at 34. She's only 26 years old. So.
Well, right here, Priscila Cachoeira, 12-4, 34 years old. So, yeah, exactly the same. So we're both on the Miranda Maverick side, but we both think the odds are a little bit too wide to do something with. Maybe it'll collapse on itself. You know how these odds change throughout the week? Keep an eye on those odds because, frankly, if Miranda's line collapses and she's in, like, high ones, I'll probably throw something on it because I do think she will win this fight, and that's much more affordable line. If you want to be alerted when things start to change, when we start to place bets, when the lines are starting to move, become a premium member, then make sure you have linked your Discord on the account page. Just click account. There's a link Discord button. Our Discord is 100% free. Any of you can join the Discord whether you're premium or not. If you're premium, you have access to exclusive channels within that Discord, and you'll get alerts to your phone. I am going to be, as I said last week, eating my own dog food.
What do you think?
What?
About that inside the distance decisional action?
I think it's a solid bet. Although we have seen people like Miranda come back after a loss and then just maul people like bat out of hell. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
She's not really like a submission. Like obviously she'll work. She'll work for submissions and she's opportunistic, but she's not like hunting for submission. She wants control. She wants whatever. And against a girl like Priscila, who already has pretty good submission defense, that just feels like it's just going to be a grind out win for Miranda, or Priscilla's going to knock her lights out.
No, that's a solid bet. When those props drop tomorrow, we'll take a look, or maybe they'll drop.
She's a huge dog. I mean, that might be plus 125, 150. You get plus money.
Yeah, and she is a finisher. Well, as I mentioned, I'm gonna eat our own dog food. I'm gonna watch the line movement tracker, and if Miranda's line continues to trend in this direction, because it started at 5, it's now at 350. I'll keep an eye on it and try to make something happen there because I do think she wins, and I don't like these odds, but there are odds that I eventually will like if it continues to move. So. Become a premium member. It's freaking $10 at WeWantPicks.com. We do have a comment here. Let me address this. Adam said, don't forget to tag her this time. What he's referencing is for 2 full years, 2 years, we chop up every video breakdown we do, and then we tweet the videos. When we tweet the videos, we tag the fighters in them. Hey, this is what we said about you, right? Good and bad. This is what we said about you. For one of the fighters, it's good news. For one of the fighters, it's bad news. And Jacob's been attacked a few times. Devin Clark attacked me when I picked him to lose. He then went ahead and lost. Joseph Holmes attacked Jacob. He said he would beat Jacob's ass. He literally threatened Jacob's life.
Threatened my life.
His ass. Nobody cared. Not a peep. No, nobody cared. Miranda Maverick watches our breakdown video.
And we had a lot of positive ones before then too. Yanez loved my reaction. I mean,
yes.
It was. I mean, we have a lot of Phil Rowe loved my reaction video. Sent him, and then all that. I mean, we tag fighters and stuff all the time for good, mostly, and then they love it.
For me, frankly, I'm talking about somebody.
And for every video we post, it's good for somebody.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
I mean, Jasmine was probably pretty hyped at what she saw in that video.
We were the only people on this planet outside of her family and her team supporting her. So yeah. Anyway. Miranda quoted our tweet. She wasn't like nasty or anything. She was just like, when have you ever seen me struggle with whatever? And for some reason, people went crazy. Like, how could you tag her? It's like, I'm talking about her. And also, we've been doing this for 2 years. Nobody said boo. All of a sudden, we're villains. So that's what that comment means. We're going to continue to tag. She'll be tagging this one too. And hopefully I can bet on her. I would love to bet on her and cash that bet. That'd be fantastic. Just waiting for that line to tighten.
I'm waiting to bet against her.